to decide. My body, my baby, my right to decide. My body, my baby, my right to decide. My body, my baby, my right to decide.
I was talking with Hayley, Secretary of Home Birth Network SA yesterday, about how a lot of us here today, we probably feel that if we have another baby, I don't know if I'm going for another one, but I know Hayley wants to, we know that we've got the resources, the support, we know enough people with enough skills to support us to have our baby at home. But what we're angry about is that's not the point. We want to do it with pride and to stand up and say, this is my midwife. When people ask, oh, who's your midwife? We can tell them instead of hiding and pretending that she's our birth pool cleaner or our birth photographer or whatever. I've already got a plan. If I do go for number 8, my midwife's going to come over with a play date and our 8-year-olds are going to play together, and she just happens to be there. But it's wrong. Like, why should we have to lie when we're wearing our heart on our sleeves, we want to do the right thing, and they're just not supporting us? The next thing I wanted, somebody in the crowd, I really want someone to represent the women who are pregnant now and are birthing after July the 1st. I want to know what, I want to hear what that feels like. Does anyone want to talk? Does anyone feel that they could get up and talk being pregnant and how that feels to...
Sorry, I'm Leah. Yeah, my due date is June 30th, which is quite funny, I think. But,
I told her she's going to go 10 days over.
But I know I'll be a little bit overdue, I'm quite sure, but I don't really feel like I've got a lot to say because it won't change any of my plans, really. I'll be still having a home birth, and I don't really have a lot to say. I'm not worried about it. I know that my midwife is not overly worried about it, and we'll just push ahead with a home birth and cross our fingers. So, but yeah, I do like to think about the people that are put off by having home birth because of their due date, and it's most unfair that they have to make decisions that they wouldn't ultimately like to make. So I'm sure there's someone out there with a more interesting perspective on it than me. They would like to come and speak.
Okay. Hi, my name is Lizzie, and this is Evie over here. I gave birth to her in July last year. At home in water. She was my first baby. Plenty of people I spoke to while I was pregnant told me that I was irresponsible for birthing at home, and I told them where to go because while I was pregnant I did my I did my research, and I knew my own body, and I knew what I was capable of, and I knew that I wanted to trust my baby and my body and my midwife and my partner and not put all my trust into an obstetrician. I just knew that that was the way I wanted to birth my baby. So for me, I did as much research as I possibly could so that I could tell everyone the way it should be, the way we should be allowed to birth. Because for me, I felt so empowered after I gave birth. I wouldn't change anything about my birth experience, and I have spoken to so many women who weren't as lucky as me. So I feel very, very lucky for the birth that I actually was given, and I actually felt like it transcended me into womanhood. It was that powerful for me. So if women can feel like this after they home birth, it's not something that should be changed. We should be allowed to keep doing this and allowed to keep feeling like we do. And I want more babies. So for me, hospital isn't an option. So I'm going to be forced to do it my own way. And if they're going to take away the ability for a qualified independent midwife to support me, then that's just going to make it more difficult for me. That's all I have to say.
That's awesome. Now you're all attached.
Yeah.
I love that top. I got one too.
They're great. They're great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just up close and it's fine. I'll just do this. Go.
Great. Okay. Great. I want to applaud you all for organising this rally and demonstration today. These demonstrations are happening in 14 other sites across 15, other sites all across the country. My name is Ros Donlan Fernandez, and I'm a National Director one of 8 of the National College of Midwives in Canberra. I just want to say that the National College of Midwives of this country supports the internationally defined scope of practice of midwives, which includes attendance at birth in all settings. And I also want to say that government policy should be based on the values and aspirations of all Australian families, and it should be inclusive. So our message to the government is that we want to see safe, taxpayer-funded, indemnified birth available in all settings to all Australian families in all states and territories. And that is the basic bottom line. It is a basic human and democratic right for women to choose where they want to birth and how they want to birth their babies. And we are in a very dangerous situation in this country where those fundamental aspects to private decisions are being challenged by government policy and legislation. So thank you.
Thanks, Rose. Thanks. Thanks. This is Sienna.
Hello, Sienna. I am here not particularly for myself. I've had my beautiful home birth. I've had some horror hospital experiences too in the past. I'm here to protect my 2 girls. If I do have another child, I know a really good birth photographer who I can call around. But what happens 25 years down the track? I was able to find my midwife through the home birth network, through talking to people. If this all gets driven underground, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, whenever my kids are having their kids, who do they get to ask? What kind of rogue might they come up with who has just decided she's going to call herself a midwife, but we can't research, we can't get anyone to recommend because it's underground and it's hidden, and that scares me so much. My home birth was really safe. It might not be as safe for everybody 30 years from now if people can't stand up and say, I am a midwife, I am qualified. Ask these 20 people who have birthed with me. That really scares me, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.